Yo, what is up, guys? A good Sunday to all of you, and I'm really quite excited about today's video. I am actually reviewing the new Nissan Kicks that I recently purchased to replace the Toyota Prius C. Yes, I know I wanted to drive the Prius C all the way until the end of life, which is actually in another 10 more months, but I decided that I got a pretty decent trade-in value that I decided to get this Nissan Kicks. And man, this car is a mini crossover and it has way more space than the Prius C, so my mom can definitely put a lot more stuff into it. Now, the good thing about this is that it comes with this cover, and this is stock, and I love it. I love it. For something like this, I don't actually have to custom fit one of those rubber mats. You can just remove this and you can wash it when you go marketing or whatever. You could also fold down these two seats for more space. This is a mini crossover. Yes, definitely a lot more space than the Prius C. And if I wanted to, I could put bicycle rails on top. I've had lots and lots of regrets putting those Tula racks on top because I end up not using it. But anyway, let's dive into the car. These side mirrors, if I look at it from the inside, reminds me of my GTR. Memories of my GTR. Hopefully I will be able to get the R36 when it comes out. But anyway, let's talk a little bit more about the Nissan Kicks. This is an owner's review, and I can tell you this is like the most underrated car in Singapore if you're looking for something that is very, very fuel efficient. I'm so excited. I installed these as well, just to make sure that when I happen to bump into the car next door, I'm not gonna scratch anyone else's car. All right, this is the interior of the Nissan Kicks. Okay, let me just start the vehicle. Now, this car, it's very, very silent, okay? Very silent, okay? And you see this gear shift here? Single finger operation. It's like, feels very much like a toy, and I love it. All right. Everything that this car has, you would find in a modern car. Very similar to the Land Rover Defender that I recently purchased. You've got your side indicator lights over there. If you want to do any directional change, that would blink, and if you have an oncoming vehicle, it will then beep to just alert you that there is a car coming down your blind spot. So that is actually a very good feature, safety feature to have. I think this car actually has 7 airbags, one here, and I don't know, everywhere else, I suppose. This is the Premium Plus edition. Comes with Apple CarPlay, no Android, sorry. One thing that most Singaporeans will enjoy is that this at 28 degrees is super duper cold. Yeah, so the air conditioning is really acclimatized for the Singaporean weather. Over here, you actually have this, which you can just toggle. You can toggle that. Okay, blah 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 blah. You can change all these things. Pretty fancy, pretty basic, but that's all you need in a daily car that you use. Driving to the market, and picking up my kids. Yeah, my mom loves this car. I love it too. Now, one thing about the sound system, it's actually very good because once you pair it with your CarPlay, this car just goes. All right, and if you want, you could just go back to this is the audio. This is the stock audio setting. All right, drive mode. You can click on this. You can go from Eco, and then you can go to, let's see, Smart. the smart mode. And this is the default mode the car is in all the time. Now, what are the killer features about this Nissan Kicks versus your regular Prius or your hybrid vehicles in Singapore? I mean, ideally I would really like a Tesla, all right, but Teslas unfortunately is way overpriced in Singapore. But yes, that would be the ultimate electric vehicle for me to purchase at some point, when it becomes more affordable in Singapore. But let's just talk about the Nissan Kicks today. Arguably, I would say it's really one of the best cars I've driven in terms of fuel efficiency. Now, I say fuel efficiency in what sense? This car has done around 86.6 kilometers, and check out, like right now, I still have another 448 kilometers more to go. Now, if you look on the left over here, that's the battery, and this is the fuel tank. This fuel tank is 33 liters, and the fuel tank, you're looking, and basically how the Nissan Kicks works is that the petrol engine literally charges the battery while on the go. And when this is in the smart mode, this is really the killer feature. The entire car operates like a golf cart. So they call it single pedal mode. So in single pedal mode, that means you put your leg on the accelerator. It doesn't mean that your brakes don't work. Your brakes will still work. If you depress on the accelerator, the car will go. And then once you lift off the accelerator, it does regenerative braking. All right, pretty much like the stealth bomber I used to have. There's a button that you actually have to depress, and then it regenerates the charging. So it's really great in the sense that once you're in smart mode, which is the ideal mode, and for Singapore is perfect for city driving. You just it's like start stop. You're not going to be consuming a lot of petrol. What I'm really curious about is how much range will I get out of this 33 liters that I pump into this car. Not forgetting that I only just received the car on the 28th of January, and at 33 liters, wow, if I can get like 600 kilometers, I actually think I could get maybe more than 600 kilometers. And that to me is just wonderful. So anyway, more about the Nissan Kicks Premium Plus Edition. It all comes with these fancy panels here. Your standard Nissan vents. So fancy panels here, fancy panels here, fancy panels behind, and I think this is probably some synthetic leather. Yeah, some kind of synthetic. Actually feels really nice, very nice. Magnetic visors that you could just remove. You don't want it. Ouch. This is Kicks Power here. And we got these lights, and you've got these oversized visors to shield out the sunlight, and you've got integrated beauty light. Wow, nice. So what I really realized that car manufacturers these days, they're all upping their game. And even for an entry-level vehicle like this, in comparison with the old Prius C that I used to have, it's like a hybrid. Okay, so Toyota's hybrid system is that is like their hybrid system is basically petrol and battery. So if you run out of battery in a Prius, your car's not gonna start. Versus the Kicks, if you run out of battery, as long as you got petrol, it will start charging the engine, and that is another plus. And this car really drives, it's a really nice drive. I feel kind of guilty that I'm actually saying this because I really enjoy driving this car. Yeah, it's got all the modern features and a basic little nice crossover, for my mom to go marketing, fetching my kids, She really likes the car, thank God. And yeah, I'm really very, very satisfied with this Nissan Kicks. If you ever want to purchase one, uh, look for Suzanne. I'm not even sure whether, yeah, but anyway, her name is here and that's her number. I've been going to her for all my commercial vehicles, you know, and for a couple of years now, and she's always been very, very helpful. So if you really want to get a Nissan Kicks, yeah, you should definitely look for her. um, I'm totally doing this entirely unsolicited, you know. She probably doesn't know, but yeah, you know, I've been calling her whenever, even if I don't end up buying a car from her, you know, she's always been very helpful. Oh yes, and there's one more thing about the Nissan Kicks. Let me just show it to you. It's the steering wheel. It's not your regular size steering wheel. It's not the circular size steering wheel. It's like this racing style steering wheel. It's got all these fancy buttons and I like it. So that's the steering wheel. And then the side mirror, GTR. Yeah. So wrapping up today's review, it's a really short one, but I'm just really happy and excited to share this review with you guys because I'm just more than satisfied with this car. I've one other thing. I didn't even go down to the showroom to look at the car. I looked at the specifications, I reviewed it, I called Suzanne. She gave me the choice of colors. I chose the color, or rather my mom chose the color, and then made the payments. When the car was ready, she sent the car down. I traded in the Prius, all without having to leave my house. So I guess COVID just kind of, you know, changed everything, you know, for how transactions are taking place these days, you know, even from like buying a car. And maybe it's nothing new. I mean, you could probably do that back then, but it was just kind of amazing that, you know, I just stayed at home, looked at the specifications, decided between, you know, which hybrid was I gonna get, end up with the Kicks, best decision ever. And yeah, I hope you guys liked the review. If you do, drop me a like, you know, and I will be back soon with another bad boy. Yep, this is the bad boy I'm talking about. The